Although we've just hit the start of 2023 and we're just now dealing with the new Congress being sworn in, we're already looking at the 2024 elections. And although obviously a lot of time and attention gets placed on the presidential election, and for good reason too, especially in such an uncertain year, with not knowing whether Biden's running for re-election and wondering whether Ron DeSantis will take the reins of the Republican Party, there is a lot of reason to be talking about the presidential race so early. But another very important thing to consider is the Senate, and Democrats holding a very, very narrow majority, just two seats right now, and 2024 is a pretty shaky map for them electorally. You have three Democrats who are currently seated in states that are very red, or at least partially red, and they are John Tester in Montana, Bill Manchin in West Virginia, and Sherrod Brown in Ohio. All are Democrats in red states to varying degrees. West Virginia being the most red, Montana being slightly less red, but still a reliably red state, and Ohio being the most purple of the state, but still reliably Republican for all major elections. And all three of those candidates are up for re-election. So Democrats will um have to hold just two out of those three seats if they want to uh keep the majority, and if they only win one, then that would drop them down to 49 seats. So we're going to be looking closely at all of these races as they come on. But the latest update from Ohio is that the incumbent Democrat Sherrod Brown already has his first challenger and expected to be many, many more challengers coming for a seat that is considered uh, one of the easier pickups for Republicans in this. Contested in that challenger named Matt Dolan, someone who ran the Ohio primary last year, and that ended up going to J.D. Vance after a very crowded field, also including Josh Mandel, Katie Timmons, I think was another person, and a few other profile candidates, and now he is back. His family, who owns the Cleveland Guardians, of course, Major League Baseball team. So they clearly have the money in order to at least fund their portion of the campaign at a personal level. As NBC reports, other Republicans include Ohio Secretary of State Frank LaRose and another guy, Bernie Moreno, a businessman who briefly ran for the Senate in 2022. Dolan being the most aggressive of these people, seeing the seat as a likely gain for Republicans and wanting to be the guy who actually gets it done. Um, as an anti-Trump Republican, um, he was obviously unable to connect with pro-Trump Republicans because obviously someone critical of the party leader is going to have trouble with the hard right people of the base. But he still has the facilities and appeals to moderates, especially as Trump influence wanes in the Republican Party. So he could be a very viable candidate for this seat, and it'll be pretty interesting to see whether he gets it with um, some opposition, little opposition, or whether he just doesn't get it at all. But we are just too early for that right now. Although it is important to think about, as control of the Senate is going to be up, totally up in the air coming in the 2024 election.